What's up, y'all? Today we're going to be doing a burst taper on 360 waves. As y'all can see, my client has been woofing for 20 weeks, but y'all know we're going to make something shake. Always got to make sure you comb out the waves before you get into the haircut. Right here, I'm going with the 2 guard with the grain. When a client has been woofing this long, you never want to cut into the actual length that you're going to cut the hair down to first. Always want to make sure that you start off with a thicker length, because I know y'all see sometimes when wavers have like a bunch of progress through their woof, and then as soon as they cut it down, they lose progress. It's because you're cutting it down to the low length too quick. You got to go to a thick length, come out the hair, then make your way down and cut it lower. So my client has a special wave pattern in which the waves on the side of his head go straight down. These are the type of things that you want to pay attention to so you can help the client maintain their wave pattern and you won't mess up any progress. Now I'm going to go on with the 1.5 and finish cutting down the hair. First off, I'm going to go on with my wall borders and I'm going to put in that bold guideline. Next, I'm going to go on with my Babyliss Pro clippers with the lever all the way open. I'm going to put in that second guideline. For the next guideline, I'm going to put the 1 guard on lever open, then I'm going to go up another 1/2 inch. Then I'll close my lever halfway as I work my way back down. Now I'm going to close that lever all the way. Now I'm going to take that 1.5 guard with the lever open, which equates to a 2, and I'm going to go up another 1/2 inch. Now I'm going to close the lever halfway and start working my way down. Right here, I'm going to close the lever all the way and try to work out that line in between the 1.5 and the 2. Now I'm going to take the 1 guard lever open and continue to try to knock out that line in between the 1.5 and the 2. Right here, I'm going to go on with the 0 guard, or what some people may call the 1/16. I'm going to open and close my lever and try to knock out that line between the lever open and the 1.5. You got to make sure that you just consistently flick. Don't dig in too hard, you're going to create another line, so just flick at it a little bit. Right here I go in no guard lever close, and every 1/4 inch I'm going to open up the lever just a little bit and go up another 1/4 inch until I get into that line between the lever open and the 0, and I'm just going to use the lever open to knock out that line in between. Now we're going to make our way to the other side and repeat the same steps. Alright, so my client's natural back taper line is already high, so rather than creating a new guideline, we're going to sort of use the natural line. instead of pushing up into it. And these are the things that you want to be mindful of, because if I was to create a higher bald line, then we'll cut too high into the hair and fade too much into the waves. But we'll continue right here and going with the lever open as the first guideline. Then I'll follow up with the 1 guard lever open. Right here he has waves in the ridge, and the hair grows in a different direction, so we're going to try not to fade too much into that and not create another higher line. We're just going to try to leave it natural in the middle and kind of fade over it. Now we're going to go back to the bald line and fade out that line by opening the lever 1/4 inch each time we go up. What you guys are about to see might low-key be the most important part of the haircut, and this is called the hairline or shape up prep. As you can see right here, I'm debulking the hairline with the freehand trim. What I'm doing right here is cutting off any excess hair that's hanging over the shape up or any bulky hair that's in the way of the lineup. Next, you want to spray alcohol or sea breeze and just comb out all the dirt in the hairline. Your client may have sweated that day or did any type of activity that would have caused the breeze to be inside of his hairline. You just want to wipe all that out so the hairline can be as dry as possible. Then you need to spray some holding spray on the shape up to freeze that hairline in place for when you come back to line it up. But you should let the holding spray sit for like a minute or two just to let it dry completely. Now I come in with my Babyliss Pro trimmers and I start off in the middle of the shape up and I work my way side to side. I never do one whole side at a time before I go to the other, because if you were just to do one side by itself, you have a better chance of making the hairline lopsided because you didn't shape up both at the same time. That's why I try to work left and right till I can get both evenly done. Whenever you're lining somebody up, the hair on the hairline likes to move a lot. So you have to comb out that excess hair that's moving around and shape up over that so that you can tighten up the shape up. This way, when somebody brushes their hair, they touch it, it won't move around. Sometimes when you see people with curly hair, they rub their hands through their head or the brush goes through, you may see the shape up moving around. That's why you gotta comb out that hair when you line somebody up so that when they do that, the hairline can stay in place. For the mustache, my client likes to keep the top line natural. He just likes to cut off the hair that's closest to the lip. Whenever you line up somebody's mustache, you never want to leave that hair strangling over the lip, because when they eat, that hair is going to be touching the food. So always make sure you line that up right there. Before you put in any enhancements, you always want to make sure that you dust out the hairline completely. That way the enhancements can actually stick to the hair and not stick to any dirt or anything else that's in the hairline. Right here I'm going to be using Topic hair fibers, and I'm going to be using a dark brown color because my client has more of a dark brown hair color look rather than black. There will be a link in the bio to all the products I used in this video. When I use hair fibers, I try to keep the look as natural as possible. I don't really believe in spraying too much enhancements and having the shape up really dark. I believe the natural look is the best look. I also don't believe that when people look at the hairline, they should be able to tell that there's enhancements in it. I think that sharp look, that sharp natural look should be the look that you go for. I'm not knocking barbers that do use a lot of enhancements, it's just not my style, especially since people can really notice that. Like even females can tell, like if you spray a lot of enhancements in that hair and it's really dark and it's separated from the actual hair, females can tell that like that's an enhanced shape up, and they're gonna be like, oh, your hairline's fake or something, because they're not educated on what it really is. So just try to always keep that natural look to save yourself from that image. You don't want to be that guy that gives your client a haircut, then when he goes in the shower and comes out, he thinks he's a different person. Like, no, that should not be the case ever. Just always try to have that natural, sharp shape up look and be able to do it without enhancements. Enhancements should come secondary. Right here, when I was done, I sprayed the holding spray to keep the enhancements in place. So right here in this clip, I'm going to give y'all some free game. This is a brand new Persona blade. It comes 100 in a pack. If you ever catch your barber using the same blade on you that he just used on somebody else, that should be the last time you sit in that man's chair. You don't do that. That's so disgusting. It's very unsanitary. Do not ever let a barber play you 50 like that, because that's nasty. No matter what the occasion is with the scenario, any of that, do not let your barber use the same blade on you that he just used on somebody else. It must be a brand new blade each time. That is disgusting. It comes 100 in a pack. You shouldn't be that cheap. You should be able to get another one regardless of the circumstance. But right here, we're going to continue to stretch the skin and do that razor work. Always got to make sure you stretch the skin that way you don't nick the client, because if you just put that razor straight on the head, I'm sorry, you're going to cut a hole in that man's head. Coming towards the end of the haircut, I now apply some Cantu coconut curling cream to the hair, and I make sure I spread it in real good. Now it's time to brush the product in, and I hand the brush over to my client, because you know he has that special wave pattern, and nobody knows what direction to brush the hair in better than your own client, so it's okay to trust them to let them do that themselves. Now, if you're a real 360 waver, you know what's next. You already know what's next. That plastic bag. You need that. Every single cut, you need that plastic bag. Lay them waves down, man. Gotta lay them waves down. Plastic bag is essential. It's how you make your client swim. Last but not least, we gotta do this freehand trim. All them little straggly hairs are standing up. You go over the top of the head, cut them joints off. You got the hair laid down smooth, and it's gonna make the waves pop even more. If you ain't know by now, it's all about detail. All them tiny details is what makes the client come back.
I've been there for a long time, yeah, you put me back.
We back.
Yeah.
Alright y'all, that's it for this video. Let me know if you like the cut. Make sure you drop a comment and don't forget to like and subscribe.